All right, hey dude, hey, welcome back to Health and Hobbies with Jessie. That is me, and I'm super excited to have you back to talk about the best workout for weight loss. If you did not know, Health and Hobbies is my blog that I write on. Just finished, oh, you can't see, today's blog post, and then I just kind of break it down on a more chill approach to this. And I really wanted to dive into this a little bit more because my way of looking at weight loss and sustainability is a lot different than kind of like the norm to go about it. And that's just personally because I've had such up and down experiences with health. And if you're a returning viewer, I am in the daytime now. My boyfriend went for his workout, so I have the house to myself, so I'm not as awkward about talking on camera. So we're gonna just dive on into the best workout for weight loss, because no matter how much we don't want to talk or be shoved weight loss down our throat, it is something that we still are constantly looking at and constantly seeing. And there is nothing wrong with wanting to lose weight, unless it's for reasons of like self-worth and things like that. But for me, I know that I want to lose some extra weight just because I know I feel better when I'm at a lower weight and I'm able to be a little bit more active. So your reasons for weight loss can vary, whether it is health, it is personal. Even if you do want to lose weight to just feel better about yourself. The process in doing that, ideally you start to find your self-worth and happiness through that, so it no longer is tied to your weight. But again, there are reasons and people that want to lose weight, and it's not good or bad one way or the other. So just diving into that, the best way for sustainable weight loss and the best workout to create it is through balance. And I know a lot of people in the health and fitness industry don't like that word, or if you're just in hustle culture yourself, the word balance is such a negative thing because you can't do that. You need to sacrifice. You need to put yourself first. You need to push through and drive and really force a change. And yes, but balance can still come from that. And sometimes flexibility is like a better word to look at rather than balance, just because balance isn't as like aggressive, I guess, when you're looking to create that change. But in order to see long-term success, you do need to have balance and flexibility in your life in order to keep it long-term, because there are many things that come up when you're going through this health and fitness journey or trying to really create that weight loss. And that can be job change, death or illness in a family, you have a new child, you have a new relationship, you're moving. There's so many different things that can adjust and change your schedule and routine that make it more difficult to keep that like perfect little bubble schedule. And the biggest thing with how I was and taught when teaching and helping my health coaching clients, that was such a weird phrase, difficult phrase to say. But when I was helping my health coaching clients and working through it myself, the biggest thing is you need to find a way to make it work. So you don't need to be in this perfect little bubble in order to create health loss, in order to create your health. You want to have something that is flexible and balanced enough, like a solid baseline for when worst case scenario happens. Like you don't just completely lose it all or feel like you need to work through difficult times in order to keep your healthy schedule and routine. And anybody that pushes that it is possible either has not been through a very tragic event or a life-changing shift, or they do just work through things like that. And if you're watching this, we are not like that. We want to and need to find a way to make it work so that we can still live our life, enjoy our life, deal with things that come up, and have a baseline for health as it goes. So the best workout for weight loss is going to still need to incorporate your diet, workouts, and sleep. And those are the things that are going to be consistent and need to be consistent. So with your diet, It's more just looking at finding a kind of bucket of food that works best for you. So when worst case scenario happens, or your routine or schedule falls off and you can no longer like have your morning coffee and then go for a walk. Like, this is what I used to do. Have your morning coffee, go for a walk, then make your breakfast sandwich, wait an hour or two, and then go to your CrossFit class, do a quick little change, come home, have a nice chill shower, do a little bit of work, and then go to your job, whether that's like in the morning and you just have a little bit of a flexible starting point, or I was also teaching fitness classes at that time, so I would go in the afternoon, work the evening shift, and then when I came home, I could have my favorite salad or my favorite protein pasta and have a nice chill time and then go to bed. Now, if we were to look at now, currently, there's been a couple changes in between that, but now I am getting up at 1:30 in the morning to go to my 3 a.m. shift that either will get done at 11 or 2 o'clock, depending on the time. Then I will come home, have a sandwich, hopefully go to the gym afterwards, and then maybe have an hour or two before I need to have dinner, and then go to bed in order to try and get more than 4 hours of sleep. So that ideal routine no longer exists now. And if I tried to force it or just said, well, I can't do that, so it's just over now, then, well, honestly, that's what led to difficult times. And why I'm making this now as a reminder for myself, but as information for you too, is you need to find a baseline that you can fall back on. So worst case scenario, I've gone back to my protein pasta. That works really well for me. I've gone back to my morning coffee and trying to get walks in during the day because that really is good for me. I've had to learn to adjust my workout times to the afternoon instead of the mornings. And I've had to completely change from CrossFit to more bodybuilder style workouts and adding in my garage workouts. So if you haven't heard about that, you can watch last week's video where I explain what I'm doing for my next workout routine and how you can create your own too. But it's about finding that balance for it all and trial and error. So the diet thing is going to be big, just in the sense that you need to find what works for you and what's going to need to be adjusted. So like right now for me, I'm trying fasting because when I have my breakfast sandwich in the morning at like 2, it's a long time to go because like I can maybe fit in a snack during the day, but otherwise I'm eating at 11 or between 11 and 2 for my next meal. So I'm trying to fast and see if that works better for me, and then I just cram in a bunch of food, which honestly, that sounds great, but that does not mean it's what you have to do too. It's about finding what works for you, finding what works best for your routine and your life in the current moment, using some of the things that you've figured out for your healthy baseline that are good go-tos. So now we want to go to your workouts, and I encourage my clients to look at exercise as movement, because with movement there's so many different things, and I feel like exercise, depending on who you are, you have an idea in your mind of what is and isn't fitness. So before, I know I needed the best lighting, a certain layout of the gym, I needed the correct workout clothes. It came down to the weights, the bands, the equipment, how much equipment they had, how many free weights they had, how many dumbbells they had, the lighting. It had to be in a certain idea and a certain vibe in order to work. And now anything's possible. I've done CrossFit, I've done boot camp, I've done kickboxing, I've done garage workouts, I've done bodybuilding workouts, I've done powerlifting, Olympic lifting, I've done walks, hikes, bikes, nothing. The more options you have, so like the bigger your list is of things that you can fall back on with working out, the better. Because the more options you have, the more you can pull from. So I've had times where I could barely afford groceries, so walking was my only option because a gym membership was an absolute luxury. Or like right now, I was doing CrossFit for 5, maybe 6 years off and on, and I had to stop because I honestly couldn't afford the membership anymore. And with my schedule, the workout times just didn't work for me. Especially now with my new job. I I could maybe do a noon workout, but even then, like on the days where I'm busy, like that's not an option. Or I could do like the next class I think would be like a 4 o'clock class, but that's when I'm supposed to be trying to go to bed. And I just do not have the energy after working my shift to give that kind of energy needed for a CrossFit class. So I've gone back to bodybuilding workouts. I'm doing some boxing in the garage that at my pace is workable, is doable. My workouts are a lot more chill. They're not like super high intensity, but I'm still getting things done and I'm seeing like little results that I'm wanting, but it's with what I'm working with now. So the more flexibility you have with it, the more you can adjust. So like if, say like today I'm going to the gym, but I'm super exhausted and have a lot of work to do, maybe I'll just go for a long walk instead because I just do not have the energy for it. So the more flexibility you can have with that, the better. And then finally, the best workout for weight loss is going to incorporate your sleep. So if you are sleeping very little or sporadically, your body isn't going to be able to recover well enough, have enough energy to get you through the workouts. And also it's just going to prolong how you're feeling. So I know for me, if you've watched a couple videos back, treat yourself like you're sick, was because I wasn't sleeping. I was still trying to figure out my food. My workouts were suffering and I just could not. I was just running on like bare bones minimum. So I got sick, and I rarely get sick. And it's usually when I'm doing stuff like this of just running myself into the ground, not sleeping a whole awful lot. I just get sick. And it's a good reminder to treat yourself like you're sick, because when you're sick, you allow yourself to rest. You allow yourself to take things slow. You're trying to drink more water and hydrate to try and get those liquids in. You're taking your vitamins and minerals, whether it's your vitamin C gummies or you're drinking more juice, or you're trying to get in more whole foods. You're eating more simply. You're not like ordering out, well, unless you're my boyfriend, but you're just trying to take care of yourself more so you can get healthy again, because you no longer want to be sick. But if you treat yourself like that, bare bones minimum, then your chances of getting sick are going to be a lot less. So the more sleep you get, the more consistent sleep you get, the better as well, because your body can only work off of so little sleep. Now, again, I understand that it depends on like where you are in your life. Like some people have kids and that's just not an option. They cannot create some kind of consistent routine. Even for me, I still am struggling with some nights I can pass out right away and some nights I cannot, and I only get 2 hours of sleep. That was yesterday. So I got about 6.5 hours last night, which was much needed, but I still felt tired, but better than 2.5 from before. But over 2 days, that equals out to like 8.5 hours. That's not really sustainable either, to get 8 hours over 2 days. So you want to find a way to make it work. And it will take time. Like I have to remind myself, for me too, it will take time. And that's going to be creating like a better nighttime routine, creating a better schedule, like making sure I'm not looking at my phone too late at night, trying to read and do low energy activities like an hour or two beforehand. But again, even that can be difficult, and it's all just a mindset shift. It's all thinking what is it? And this is where like the force and push can come from, because it's not always going to be easy. It's not. And I understand that. And I totally agree as well, because sometimes it is going to take a push. For me, it is taking a push of readjusting the apps on my phone so I no longer have the quick, easy homepage access to social media, because I will doom scroll and then I will feel awful about what's going on with the world and feel like nothing matters. Like this is all pointless. I just need to like suffer in this pain. And then I'm up for hours and hours and hours just dwelling and dreading it, rather than avoiding it entirely, doing what I can to make the most out of a terrible situation, doing my best in what little access I have to make change, to see if I can do anything, and then leaving it at that, because we still have to exist in this world. And if we're constantly just struggling and dreading and not sleeping, it's not gonna get any better. So the best workout for weight loss really just combines good eating, flexibility, and different options for your workouts, and getting enough sleep. There's no one right way. There's no best workout. The best workout is one that you can stick with consistently and something that you will be able to do over a long period of time or be able to adjust over a long period of time. So it's not one thing. It can be anything, anything and everything. Anything and everything that is going to keep you moving and keep you coming back for more is going to be the best workout for you in order to lose weight. Because the more comfortable you are, the more safe your body feels and less fight or flight, because you are forcing fewer calories. You are consuming fewer calories, you are working out more, and you are sleeping less. Your body is going to be doing everything it can to survive, to fight, to live, because that is the main goal of the body, is to survive and make it to another day. And if it feels like it's being attacked and deprived of food, forced to do a lot of work, and not given enough sleep, it is going to hold on to any and all excess weight in order to keep you alive. So, and especially if you are actively fighting to lose weight, it needs to be consistent. I guess even if you're trying to gain weight too, like the more consistent you are with your food and your movement and your sleep, the more your body is going to allow like the healthy weight to come back. And it's just about balance and making it work. So a little bit of the less you think about it, the more it makes sense. But it is just finding the in-between of what you can do consistently and adjusting as life happens as well. So if you want to fully read the blog that I wrote, feel free to check out my website, healthandhobbies.com. Otherwise, subscribe so you can continue seeing more videos as I put them out. Follow me wherever you'd like. I'm very heavy on Pinterest because that is my thing. But otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again next week. Bye.